Today, I'm sharing 5 pieces of information to help you better understand IEP goals. So if you're trying to figure out what IEP goals are and why they're important, then this video is for you. My name is Kathleen, by the way, and I'm a dyslexic here to help other dyslexics. I help busy, overwhelmed parents understand their child's frustration with dyslexia so they can support, encourage, and empower their child. Let's get into the video. This is a continuation of a breakdown of IEP information for you. I have already covered the qualifications, which I'm going to link right here, and I have also covered the present levels of performance, and I'm going to link that one right here for you. Today, we are going to be covering 5 pieces of information that you need to know about the goals. So this is the third part of the IEP, and the goals are very important because it is where the child is not progressing like everybody else. The first thing you need to know is that the goals have to come from the present level. So any part of the present level that talks about an area of need or that the child is not performing well, there has to be at least one goal in the goal section addressing that area of concern. The next thing is goals can also have objectives. So objectives, for me, how I always did it was breaking it down into easier obtain or mini goals. So you could have one big overarching goal, but then you could have objectives for like each quarter or each 6-week period, helping the child master that goal. The third one is goals must be SMARTER goals. And so SMARTER stands for acronyms for each letter. So S stands for specific. It needs to be a specific goal. It can't just be a general goal. It has to be very, very specific. So with an organizational goal, a general goal would be the child needs to learn how to organize. With a specific goal, it would say the child needs to learn how to write in their planner and get all of the information they need to take home for homework. That is a much more specific goal. And this way, everybody knows what is expected of the child. The M stands for measurable. It has to be measurable. It's something that you can observe or somebody can observe and take data on it. If it's not measurable, it's not a good goal. The A stands for obtainable. It needs to be obtainable. If it's not obtainable for the child, then it's not a good goal. This is something that they should be able to work with direct, explicit instruction and learn how to do over a period of time. The R stands for realistic. Is it realistic? Can the child actually obtain this? If the answer is yes, then it's a good goal. If not, then no. The T stands for time-based because a goal can't just go on forever and ever, and it shouldn't really cover more than one IEP. It should actually only be addressed in one IEP unless some unforeseen circumstances happen. Then you can go back and change it, but it should be changed and tweaked to make it work. But most of the time, goals should only be around for a year. And whenever I set goals, we would say in 36 instructional weeks, student, whoever that is, will be able to write their homework assignments in their notebook and get the needed homework to take home with 80% accuracy, as measured by teacher observation and data. So let me break that down for you. So in 36 instructional weeks is the time-based. Then when we talk about the organizational piece, there are 2 pieces. So you could have objectives there. You could have the one about, are they writing in their notebooks and obtaining that piece? And are they able to collect all the information they need to take home or pieces of paper to take home for homework? So those are 2 things. So that would be the 2 objectives because we could measure them differently. So that is specific. Is this obtainable for the child? Depending on where they're at, more than likely, is this a realistic goal? Yes, children need to learn how to work for themselves. So those work making it a smarter goal. The fourth piece of information is everybody should understand the goals and everybody should know what is expected of the child, what is expected of the teacher, who's collecting the data, who's responsible. So all of that information needs to be included in the goal or below the goal, like how the data is being collected, who's collecting the data, who's responsible, because if it's not assigned to somebody, then the more than likely something will happen and the information will not be gathered. Tip number 5 is know how each goal is being measured, who's responsible for it, and when you will get information like a progress report on it. So make sure all of this information is covered in the IEP and specifically addressed, because you want to know how your child is progressing, because if they're not making progress, then you need to go back to the IEP table and have a meeting to figure out what's going on so the child can obtain the goal. Those are my 5 tips for goals. I hope that helped you understand how important goals are and how they very much need to be specific, but yet parents need to understand what the goal is and how it's being addressed at the school and how it's being measured. Because if you don't understand this part, then how are you going to be able to help and encourage your child when it comes to goals and their IEP? I hope you found this information useful, and I have more information about the IEP coming in the next few weeks. But if you are looking for more information on dyslexia, go ahead and grab my dyslexia guide. It has 9 advantages to being a dyslexic. It also has 7 facts and 7 myths about dyslexia. So it's chock full of information that you can easily use to help you better understand what dyslexia is to better support your child. I'm going to go ahead and link that in the description for you. So go ahead and grab that guide, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.